6 vegetables silently damaging your heart over 60. Doctor reveals why. If you're over 60, stop eating these 6 vegetables until you hear this. They might be silently damaging your heart, even though everyone says they're healthy. This could be the reason your blood pressure won't drop, or why your heart feels weaker than before. Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a cardiologist who has spent over 20 years helping seniors protect their heart health. And today, we need to talk about something shocking. Because after 60, your body changes in ways that can turn healthy foods into hidden threats, especially vegetables. Yes, vegetables. We've all been told veggies are good for us. But what if some of them are silently harming your heart instead of helping it? Vegetable number 1, spinach. Let's start with a vegetable that everyone calls a superfood: spinach. Spinach is full of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. It's famous for keeping your eyes healthy, lowering blood pressure, and fighting inflammation. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the hidden danger. Spinach is high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds in certain vegetables. In small amounts, they're harmless. But when you're over 60, things change. Your kidneys become less efficient. Your arteries might already be stiff. Oxalates can bind to calcium in your blood, forming tiny crystals. These crystals can settle in your blood vessels or kidneys, increasing your risk of kidney stones and even calcification in arteries. Imagine Edward, 68 years old, who loved spinach smoothies every morning. Over time, he began experiencing mild kidney discomfort and higher blood pressure. His doctor discovered tiny calcium deposits building up in his arteries. The spinach he thought was helping his heart was silently harming it. Does this mean you should stop eating spinach? No, spinach is still healthy in moderation. Just avoid eating huge amounts daily, especially in raw smoothies. My advice: eat spinach 2-3 times a week instead of daily. Cook it lightly instead of eating it raw all the time. Drink plenty of water to help flush oxalates. Have you ever felt surprised that a healthy veggie could hurt your heart? Let me know in the comments below. Vegetable number 2, beets. Beets are famous for lowering blood pressure. They're rich in nitrates, which turn into nitric oxide in your body. Nitric oxide helps relax your blood vessels. So why are beets on this list? Here's the hidden side. Beets are high in natural sugars and oxalates. While beets lower blood pressure for some people, for others, especially those with metabolic issues, they can raise blood sugar. High blood sugar over time damages arteries and increases heart disease risk. Plus, those same oxalates I mentioned earlier can also build up from too many beets. Let's talk about Martha, a 70-year-old woman who started drinking beet juice every day after reading about its benefits. She thought she was protecting her heart, but months later, she experienced spikes in her blood sugar and mild kidney pain. Her doctor realized the daily beet juice was too much for her system. Beets are still good, but moderation is key. My advice: drink beet juice only 2-3 times per week. Balance it with other veggies. Monitor blood sugar if you're diabetic. Does anyone watching drink beet juice every day? Tell me your experience below. Vegetable number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes are another food that everyone believes is heart healthy. And it's true, tomatoes are rich in lycopene, an antioxidant that fights heart disease. But here's the catch. Tomatoes are high in potassium and can worsen heart issues for some seniors. As we age, our kidneys might struggle to remove excess potassium from the body. High potassium can cause arrhythmias, dangerous irregular heartbeats. Also, tomatoes are acidic. Some seniors with acid reflux or sensitive stomachs might experience discomfort, which increases stress on the heart. Think about George, 72, who loved tomato soup and pasta sauce. After months of eating tomatoes daily, he started feeling palpitations. Tests revealed mild hyperkalemia, too much potassium in his blood. His cardiologist advised him to cut back on tomatoes, and his symptoms improved. Tomatoes are still healthy for most people. But if you have kidney issues or heart rhythm problems, be cautious. My advice: eat tomatoes a few times per week rather than daily. Avoid drinking large quantities of tomato juice. Talk to your doctor if you're on medications affecting potassium. Are you surprised that tomatoes might harm your heart? Comment below. Helen once thought the crisp crunch of celery sticks was the ultimate sign of a healthy snack. She'd dip them in hummus, slice them into salads, and sometimes even blend them into her morning smoothies. It felt refreshing, guilt-free, and perfect for a heart-conscious diet. But Helen, like so many seniors, never suspected that this humble vegetable could secretly be raising her blood pressure higher with every bite. Celery's hidden problem lies in its surprisingly high sodium content. While celery is nowhere near as salty as processed foods like chips or cured meats, the sodium adds up quickly if you eat it in large quantities or juice it regularly. For seniors, even a little extra sodium can spell trouble. The aging kidneys don't flush out salt as efficiently. Fluid retention rises, blood vessels stiffen, and the heart ends up working harder than it should. Helen was 67 when she jumped on the celery juice trend. Each morning, she'd juice half a bunch of celery, believing she was cleansing her body and healing her heart. But just 3 months into this new habit, Helen's doctor found her blood pressure had climbed from a stable 128/78 to 146/86. She felt constantly bloated, a bit fatigued and frustrated. When she finally revealed her new routine, her doctor explained that the natural sodium in all that celery juice was contributing to her problem. Helen was stunned. That doesn't mean celery needs to be banned from your plate. It remains a low-calorie, fiber-rich food. But moderation matters far more than most people think. A safer way to enjoy celery is to treat it as a crunchy snack, not a daily beverage. Pair it with other low-sodium vegetables like cucumber or bell peppers. And always be mindful of your total daily sodium, especially if you already have high blood pressure. Some people watching right now might be nodding their heads thinking, "But I thought veggies were always good." And that's the dangerous half-truth. It's not that vegetables are bad. It's that certain ones, when eaten too often, or in the wrong context, can quietly become harmful. Eggplant is another example. With its glossy purple skin and soft flesh, it appears in dishes from Italian Parmigiana to Middle Eastern baba ganoush. It's low in calories and provides fiber, antioxidants, and unique plant compounds like nasunin, known to protect cell membranes. On the surface, eggplant looks like the perfect addition to a heart-healthy plate. But here's the hidden catch: eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, along with tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes. Nightshades contain alkaloids like solanine. For many people, these compounds are harmless. But for some seniors, especially those dealing with inflammation, arthritis, or autoimmune issues, nightshades can cause trouble. George, at 70, loved eggplant grilled with olive oil and herbs. He ate it 3 or 4 times a week. Gradually, he began experiencing aching joints, persistent fatigue, and a subtle sense of discomfort in his body. He shrugged it off as just getting older. But blood tests revealed elevated markers of inflammation. His doctor advised cutting back on nightshades to see if symptoms improved. George reluctantly put aside his favorite veggie, and within weeks, his joint pain and fatigue eased dramatically. Why does inflammation matter for your heart? Chronic. Inflammation doesn't always scream loudly. It simmers quietly. But over time, it damages the lining of your arteries, contributes to plaque buildup, and raises your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Even mild, lingering inflammation is like a slow poison eroding your cardiovascular health. Eggplant doesn't have to disappear from your life entirely. It's still a healthy choice for many. But if you have arthritis, autoimmune conditions, or unexplained inflammation, it's wise to observe how your body responds when you eat it. A practical tip is to enjoy eggplant once or twice a week rather than daily. Opt for grilling or baking instead of deep frying. And if you notice new aches or digestive discomfort after eating nightshades, try a temporary break to see how your body reacts. Then there's kale, a vegetable that has practically reached celebrity status in the health world. Magazines hail it as a superfood. Smoothie shops blend it into neon green drinks. Health influencers praise its vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. For many, kale feels like the gold standard of healthy eating. Yet kale hides a secret that can become a problem for seniors. It's extremely high in vitamin K. Vitamin K is crucial for proper blood clotting and bone health. But if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, Coumadin, high vitamin K intake can throw your medication into chaos. Your blood can become either too thin, causing dangerous bleeding, or too thick, increasing the risk of clots that could trigger a stroke or heart attack. Martha, 69, decided to supercharge her health by adding kale to her diet every single day. She tossed raw kale into her smoothies and ate kale salads for lunch. But after several months, her blood thinner levels were swinging wildly. 1 week, her blood was too thin, leaving her at risk of internal bleeding. The next week, it was too thick, raising fears of dangerous clots. Martha was terrified. When she visited her doctor, he explained that kale's potent vitamin K content was the culprit. Beyond its effect on blood thinners, kale is also relatively high in oxalates, the same compounds we discussed with spinach and beets. For seniors prone to kidney stones or concerned about arterial calcification, consuming too much kale daily could become an added risk. That doesn't mean kale is the enemy. It remains a nutrient powerhouse for many. The key lies in consistency and moderation. If you're on blood thinners, it's better to eat roughly the same amount of vitamin K daily, so your doctor can adjust your medication properly. Instead of daily kale overloads, is mix in other greens, like romaine Swiss chard or arugula, to create variety and avoid excessive oxalate buildup. Hydration is also crucial. Drinking enough water helps flush oxalates out of your system, reducing the chance of stones or deposits. People are often stunned when I tell them that even kale, poster child of the health food world, can carry hidden risks. But the truth is, after 60, our bodies don't handle nutrients exactly like they used to. The margin for error grows narrower, and foods that were once perfectly safe can tip the balance in the wrong direction. These examples don't mean you should fear vegetables. Vegetables remain one of your greatest weapons for protecting your heart. But the secret to thriving after 60 is knowledge. Knowing which foods deserve caution, how your body might react differently, and how to create a diet that protects your heart without unintended harm. Whether it's sodium lurking in celery, inflammatory compounds in eggplant, or vitamin K surprises in kale. The foods we think of as purely healthy sometimes come with strings attached. And once you're armed with that knowledge, you can enjoy these foods wisely, savoring their benefits while avoiding the hidden dangers that might otherwise threaten your heart. Edward sat quietly at his kitchen table, staring at the colorful vegetables piled in front of him. Spinach, beets, tomatoes, celery, eggplant, kale. For years, these had been his go-to choices for staying healthy. Now, he felt confused and betrayed. He wondered if even healthy veggies can secretly hurt my heart. What on earth can I eat? That question is one of the biggest fears many seniors face. The truth is, the solution isn't about cutting out these vegetables completely. It's about balance, moderation, and knowing how to adapt your meals to your body's changing needs after 60. So let's talk about how you can keep enjoying delicious vegetables while protecting your heart. The first step is portion control. It's a beautiful truth of nutrition. The dose makes the poison. Almost all the vegetables we've discussed remain healthy if you eat them in sensible amounts. It's when people start juicing pounds of spinach daily or eating beet salad, though every single lunch, that trouble begins. Instead of giant servings, aim for variety. Think of your plate as a rainbow. A little spinach here, a handful of kale there, some tomatoes once or twice a week. Keep things rotating so no single food builds up to harmful levels. Let's say you love spinach but worry about oxalates. Try adding it to meals twice a week instead of every day. On other days, choose greens like romaine, lettuce, butter lettuce, or Swiss chard. They're lower in oxalates, but still full of nutrients. If you're a fan of beets, enjoy them. Roasted with olive oil and herbs once or twice a week. Skip the daily beet juice shots, especially if you have blood sugar concerns. Tomatoes are wonderful, but if you have kidney issues, try limiting them to smaller servings and watch for signs like palpitations or stomach irritation. Celery makes a great snack, but steer clear of large daily juices. Keep an eye on your total sodium intake, especially if your blood pressure has been creeping up. Eggplant can stay on the menu for most people. But if you have arthritis or autoimmune issues, pay attention to how your body feels. Some people are sensitive to nightshades, and the only way to know is to experiment. And as for kale, keep it in your diet if you love it. But if you're on blood thinners, eat a consistent amount each week, and don't swing wildly from none one day to piles the next. The second step is proper cooking methods. How you prepare your vegetables matters almost as much as what you're eating. For example, gently steaming or sautéing spinach helps reduce oxalate levels compared to eating it raw in smoothies. Avoid charring or over-frying eggplant. High-heat cooking can create compounds linked to inflammation and heart stress. Instead, roast eggplant with olive oil at moderate temperatures or grill it lightly. When cooking, beets boiling or roasting is healthier than deep frying into chips. And watch out for hidden sugars in beet juices or beet products marketed as health foods. Tomato sauces are delicious, but many jarred sauces are loaded with added salt. If you love pasta, try making your own sauce at home so you can control sodium levels. Celery is safest raw or lightly steamed. Skip the juicer unless you plan to enjoy it just occasionally. Kale is excellent sautéed quickly in olive oil with garlic. Cooking kale also makes it easier to digest for many seniors who might find raw kale too rough on the stomach. The third step is hydration. Water is your secret weapon. Seniors often forget how vital hydration is, especially when dealing with oxalate-rich vegetables like spinach, beets, or kale. Drinking enough fluids helps flush out oxalates and keeps your kidneys healthy. Aim for about 8 cups of water a day more if you're active or live in a hot climate. But if you have heart failure or other fluid restrictions, always follow your doctor's guidance. The fourth step is listen to your body. No two bodies react exactly alike. Some people eat tomatoes daily and feel amazing. Others notice bloating, palpitations, or acid reflux. Some thrive on kale, while others find it triggers joint pain. Keep a simple food journal for a few weeks. Jot down what you eat and how you feel afterward. Patterns often emerge that can help you spot hidden triggers before they become bigger health issues. George learned this lesson the hard way with eggplant. Only by connecting his meals to his symptoms did he figure out that reducing nightshades helped him feel younger and more energetic. The fifth step is work with your doctor. Your doctor or a registered dietitian can be your best ally. Share everything you're eating, especially if you're on medications like blood thinners, blood pressure pills, or diabetic medications. Many seniors hesitate to mention supplements, juices, or large servings of veggies because they think it's just healthy food. But even healthy food can have powerful effects that matter for your medical care. Martha's story about kale could have ended far worse if she hadn't brought her smoothies up to her doctor. By working together, they found a safe level of kale that still kept her healthy without risking dangerous blood thinner swings. Finally, remember this: food is joy. Don't let fear rob you of the simple pleasure of delicious meals. Knowledge gives you power, not panic. You don't have to live in terror of your vegetables. Instead, you get to enjoy them wisely, savoring every bite while protecting your heart. The truth is, vegetables remain some of the most powerful weapons we have against high blood pressure, heart disease, and aging itself. But after 60, your body demands more respect and more understanding. You're not the same person you were at 30, and that's okay. You're wiser now, and you have the power to protect yourself. Small changes can add years of healthy life. A few adjustments here and there, a little less kale, fewer beet juice shots. Rotating your veggies, cooking them gently, can make all the difference between silent harm and powerful healing. My dear friends, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this video opened your eyes to hidden truths about your favorite vegetables. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps me keep creating valuable content to help seniors live longer, healthier, and happier lives. And share this video with someone you care about. It might protect their heart too. Take care of your heart, and it will take care of you. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.